United States are going to have to take care of their people. When does the system jump in and help?
I locked you in a room that's 8 feet by 10 feet. You're going to deteriorate that much faster.
You've become the warehouse for the mentally ill, unfortunately.
It is not a crime to be mentally ill.
And now we created a criminal out of a person who was in crisis.
Become beyond epidemic. I don't know another word for it. It's like epidemic on steroids.
Of the United States population, somewhere between 18 and 23% of individuals have a mental illness. In our jail systems, the number is around 44%. Studies show that being incarcerated often exacerbates symptoms, and this could lead to individuals having longer stays in jail than those without mental health issues, even if the sentence is similar. There are also issues with how long these people are held in the jail system, as well as problems with how their treatment differs from mentally stable people.
While there are many programs and funding focusing on these issues, it doesn't seem to be enough. Instead of putting mentally ill people in jail, what about specialized facilities designed to accommodate them? Instead of treating jailed people with a mental illness just like another criminal, why not show them extra care and services meant to get these people the help they need?
We're using our criminal justice system as a substitute for a fully functioning mental health system. That just simply doesn't make sense.
Can we please get the ones that don't need this intense incarceration out and just focus on the ones out there that are doing some really horrible stuff?
34% of prison and jail inmates have some form of mental illness, and that most of these individuals also have substance abuse disorders because they tend to medicate themselves with drugs or alcohol.
2 million mentally ill people are placed in jail annually. Between 300,000 and 500,000 mentally ill people are in our jails at this point in time. The United States has about 5% of the world's population, but 25% of our world's prison population. How has our society reached this point? During the 1950s and 60s, America deinstitutionalized psychiatric hospitals and mental health institutions. This was a result of lack of oversight and often poor treatment of patients, along with a lack of resources. 60 years ago, 75% of mentally ill who were institutionalized were in mental hospitals, while 25% were in jails. Now only 5% are in a mental hospital, and the remaining 95% are in jails and prisons.
Instead of focusing on identifying and treating mental illness, we deinstitutionalized the mentally ill, forgot about treatment, and hoped that the problem would solve itself. Well, it hasn't.
We could set them up with all the services, but then if they have no safe place to go, we're just going to keep seeing this revolving door.
One issue is the stress and extra duties that the staff in the jail have to endure. Their job is to maintain safety and order within the correctional facility. They are not equipped for, nor have the time to talk inmates down, handle suicidal individuals, or provide counseling to someone who is in crisis.
Jails and prisons have a constitutional mandate to treat the mental illnesses of their inmates, yet they are often ill-equipped to assess and meet their needs. Jails spend 2 to 3 times more money on adults with mental illnesses than those without.
My staff, they're detention officers. They're not mental health professionals. They don't know how to deal with somebody that refuses to wear their clothes. They don't know how to deal with people that defecate all over themselves and smear it on the walls. Like, that's not their job. They don't have the training or the experience or the know-how to do that.
These officers who have received crisis intervention training report being more prepared when they're called to the scene of a mental health crisis. Jurisdictions that connect law enforcement with mental health professionals and training opportunities experience a decrease in arrests and an increase in access to treatment for people with mental illness.
The justice system is broken. In our state of Montana, we only have one state hospital. When a judge sentences a mentally ill individual to our hospital in Warm Springs, the waiting time can be as much as a year. So that individual is housed in the jail until they can get into the hospital, which only has 270 beds in a state with about 1.1 million people.
Often thwarted by significant obstacles, including inadequate data to inform policy changes, operating with minimal resources, needing better coordination between criminal justice, mental health, substance use, and other agencies.
Judge will say, I am sending you to the Montana State Hospital to get assessed and get you on a plan to get fixed. And they sit in our jail for months on end because the Montana State Hospital won't take them and doesn't have the ability to take them. So they sit in our jail for months. I've had those same people commit suicide in my jail.
Know that there are people that work inside these jails that do their best every day to advocate for the people that need these services. Not just a quick fix. It's like providing these services for a long, long time and understanding people who have mental illness and addiction, they don't recover overnight.
You need a properly functioning jail to put a criminal in. You need a properly functioning state hospital. You need resources in the community, and you need a justice system that knows and understands this person's not a criminal. They don't belong in jail.
Mental health and these people that are having these problems, they're not just going away. They won't ever go away, right? It's just the nature of our societies.
In our communities, resources are missing, creating a cycle that is damaging to our resources, the individuals with the mental illness, our justice system, and the personnel in jails who are facing these problems each day.
This issue is not going away, probably ever. This affects everyone in a community, even if they may not see the problems directly. We want our new president to address this issue and take the pressure off of our local communities, but it is not just their job. At some point, society and our communities will have to step in and help, and there's something each and every person can do to be part of the solution.
I have one thing to push for, and that's the grandbabies that I have.